What is up, guys? Alex at New Tech. How you doing? I got a box here that I just bought from Amazon, and this is the BLU Pure XR. So Blue teased this thing not too long ago, I think like a week ago on Twitter, and they said it was $2.99. It would be flagship level. So a lot of people were like, "What is this? What is this?" And then they finally showed the specs and talked about it on I think a few days ago. And they released it on Amazon. You can actually purchase it that day on Amazon, which I did. And boom, it is right here on my desk right now. Kind of a different type of box. Usually they come in Amazon boxes, but this is just like a regular box. But we're going to pull the tab right here and let's open this thing. So I really don't know too much about it. I just saw the basic specs, and I already made up my mind that I would buy the phone prior to the specs even coming out, because, you know, for $2.99. And the BLU, the XL, I think it was XL last year, right? I was pretty interested in buying that, but I skipped it. I passed it for the Nexuses because they came out around the same time. So, yeah, I decided to get this one, and then there was a feature in here that I was totally not even aware of when I bought it, and I started reading up on it after I purchased it, and I was like, wow, I didn't know it had that when I purchased it. And we'll talk about that in a second, but let's get a close-up of this, and let's start unboxing this. Alright, so the BLU Pure XR is a interesting phone. I wouldn't say this is actual flagship, I wouldn't say this is actual flagship specs, even though BLU claims it is. Or it's near flagship specs. They claim it's near flagship specs. It's a 5.5-inch 1080p display. It's an AMOLED display, so thumbs up for me because I love AMOLED displays. And it comes with a 16 megapixel back camera that can shoot, I think, 1080p max, so no 4K, I believe. I will check that out in my full review of this. And it also has a 8 megapixel front camera, so that's a pretty good selfie camera. Comes with 4 gigabytes of RAM and a Helio P10 in here, a MediaTek processor, a P10, and a 3000 milliamp battery. So specs seem okay. I was kind of hoping that if they were going to put a MediaTek in here, that they would put at least the X10 or the new X20. The P10 is yeah, it's mid-range. You know, it's mid-range. I was hoping the X10 at least, you know, the X10. But we only got the P10, and we'll see how this performs. It is a metal phone, so I'm very excited to check this out. And it does have a fingerprint scanner. So let's look at the box really quick. Blue packaging here is pretty nice, pretty premium feeling. We have a engraving of the actual phone right there. Nice. It kind of looks like a Samsung device with the home button. It says Pure XR. Pure XR here. Got some info there. Bold Like Us, which is what BLU stands for. Let us unbox this thing and see what's inside. Alright, there we go. Very simple. So I have the gold color here. Let's pull this out. The phone is the first thing we see. I will pull it out of the sleeve for you guys to take a look at it. Very nice. Alright, pretty neat. We'll set this aside for now and open the rest of the stuff. Got the IMEI stickers, throw it in there. Lifting this up, we have our SIM ejector. This is a OTG cable. So this is a USB-C device. And we have a OTG cable that connects to a regular USB-A. So cool that they include that. I never use it personally. They have headphones, a little bit of added accessories here, which is always nice. We have earpods with different holes, different gels for your ear, depending on your size. Not the highest quality looking earbuds, but at the same time, they're not too bad. So if you guys need headphones, you got that there. Then you got a USB-C, USB Type-C to USB Type-A. So we got the cable here for your charging brick. And the charging brick here is a bulky charging brick, but this does have quick charge, I believe, or a form of quick charge. So we'll definitely check that out. Be sure to watch the full review when it comes out. And I'm going to talk about battery and charging time and all that good stuff. So let's set this aside as well. Underneath that, what else do we have? We got a lot of stuff here. We got a case. Okay, we got a clear gel case. So, not the highest quality stuff, but anytime you get a free case is a good thing. So, especially for this type of phone, because you're not going to see third parties making cases for this, because, I mean, it's not a big-time phone. And then we have, what is this? Dual SIM installation guide. We don't really need it. Put this down here. Some whatever this thing is that they use to keep things fresh. And then the XR guide, we don't need the quick guide. We kind of already know things about smartphones. And of course, lastly, they also give us a screen protector. So pretty neat, pretty neat. I think I'll check this out later. I don't know if it's a high quality one, but once again, it's good that they include it, because for this type of phone in the smaller brands, you don't really get too many accessories made by third parties, so it's good that they include it. All right, so that's time to take a look at the phone. So once again, as you can see on the sticker here, we have a 5.5-inch Super AMOLED Full HD screen. Helio P10 2 GHz octa-core processor by MediaTek. 64 gigabytes of internal storage. There's only one variation of this. There's no different combinations of specs. So there's only one storage option, which is 64 gigabytes. And I believe it has an SD card slot in here. We will check that out really soon. 4 gigabytes of RAM. Once again, the back camera is 16 megapixels. Front camera is 8 megapixels. Corning Gorilla Glass 3, so not the newest Corning Gorilla Glass, but they had to keep costs down to get it at this price, I guess. Fingerprint scanner, we'll test that out. 4G LTE on global SIMs and Android 6.0, so it's running Marshmallow. It's already behind. Let us peel this off now. We don't need the information anymore. I also believe this is a dual SIM phone, so for you dual SIM lovers, this definitely helps. I'm glad to see it's starting to become a bigger trend here in the US. It's been like that in Asia and Europe for a while. So yes, it is a dual SIM tray here. Let me see. Yep, dual SIM tray. So I guess one of them can double up as a SD card slot here. Pretty neat. Pretty neat. That's good. That's good to have. Let's put that back in there. On the back of the phone, we have the camera, which protrudes a little bit. It's not too bad. You can't actually see the camera hump too much. I wouldn't even say it's a camera hump. It seems like they just have an additional ring around it. It does lay flat without bouncing, so not too bad of a camera hump. But let's boot the thing on, and I'll skip ahead until after we have it all set up. Alright, so we have all the setup done, and the phone is ready. Let's first test out the fingerprint scanner. So the fingerprint scanner, like I said before, is the actual physical button. So you do have to press down once, and there you go. It read my fingerprint very quickly. Nice, very, very fast. Let us also put my index finger, which I do not have registered on here, and let's see if it... Okay, so it vibrates saying it doesn't work. Very nice, very nice. We'll also do this thumb. I did register this thumb. Okay, so it works. One thing I do want to show off... Well, okay, first off, this is the home menu. This is the launcher that they have. So, BLU has something called the Carefree Launcher on here. It sounds like a weird name a launcher, but it's called the Carefree Launcher. And as you can see, there is no app drawer. You have to leave all your apps on your home screens, just like an iPhone or a lot of Chinese companies. So a lot of Chinese brands don't have app drawers. So you have to deal with this, make folders, organize your locks, your home screens. And this might bother some people, but if you're used to Asian phones or iPhones, this will be very, very normal for you. I do want to show that I did this off camera, but where is that? Okay, so I don't know where I put it, but there was a Google search bar here, and I did remove it. So you can remove it. You just hold it down, and there's X button that comes up, and you just press it, and you can get rid of it. So for those of you who don't like the Google search bar on top of your home screen, this launcher allows you to remove it. So before, if you're using a stock device or a Google Now launcher, there was no option to get rid of the Google search bar. you can do it here. So definitely something that people might like if you want to get rid of that. And let's finish looking at some of the hardware. So this is a full 5.5-inch display because there is no on-screen keys. There's no on-screen navigation buttons. Instead, we have, of course, this home button, which this button here that doubles up as a home button. And we have the recent apps and the back button here. So let's test that out really quick. If we click on that here, as you can see, we have a carousel. And this is the delete all. So awesome that they have a clear all button. And this is the back button. So let's go over to something like this and then press back. So it is an awesome back button here. And then we have Opera. Opera seems like the default browser. It doesn't seem like we can delete it though. So I think you might be stuck with Opera here. But yeah, this is a very, very interesting device and launcher because if we pull down, we have notifications, right? We have a typical notifications, but what you do not have is your quick settings. There is no quick settings on top or another pull down. You can't pull it down again. Instead, we have a notice button here. If you click on the notice button, all this does is take you to notice management. So it allows you to choose what notifications are displayed at the very top. So let's click the back button to go back to our home screen. And you're wondering where the quick settings are. If you pull up like you do on an iPhone, it actually launches your quick settings. We have Wi-Fi, we have Bluetooth, sound, vibrate, location, rotate screen, torch, and settings. And we have a screen brightness here. Let's go all the way up. Okay, so the screen gets pretty decently bright, pretty vibrant. Let's go back down to here. And then, of course, there's a more button here that you can expand your quick settings. You can actually drag and pull it around and add or subtract whatever you would like there. Let's go to the settings. So yeah, definitely, this is something that some people absolutely hate because this is the total opposite of what Android is. Android has that drop down. Everybody synchronizes or remembers iPhone as the one that has the pull up. So some people might hate it. You might get used to it. I used to hate it, but now I'm kind of getting used to it. If you look at the settings here, because I'm getting used to it because a lot of Asian phones are doing it. So after playing with them, you kind of get a hang of it. But if you look at the settings, one thing I really like about this phone and how BLU organizes the settings is look how simplistic that is. Half a swipe and we already finished. We go from top to bottom just like that. I was actually testing out the Nexus 5X with the Nougat update, and let's actually pull it up right now by comparison. One thing I noticed was the settings just seem so much longer now. If you can see that, look how much more settings there are here compared to BLU. Just flick and that's it. That's pretty awesome that BLU compacted it that much. But we do have some interesting things in the settings that I have not yet seen. So let's go to Advanced Settings. As you can see, here is the special unique feature that I was hinting at in the very beginning, and that is 3D Touch. So we have something called 3D Touch here that we don't have on many phones. Even the flagship phones don't really have it. We have it on the iPhone, and Huawei has one phone out there, I believe, with 3D Touch. But we have that here. We have that Force Touch feature. You can turn it on or off. I'm going to turn it on and test it out. When 3D Touch is on, you can press on the display using different degrees of pressure to reverse content previews, quick menus, and unlock the phone. So you can use it to unlock the phone. You can adjust the sensitivity. I'm not going to touch that right now because I don't really know. Okay, cool. So 3D sensitivity test. I'm going to actually hard press there. A little more than a full press. Okay. And as you can see, it does that peek and pop thing that Apple has basically made popular right now. And then if I hard press and hold it, it actually enlarges the photo. I wonder how many different things use this, how many different apps, or if the gallery uses this. I'm going to definitely test that out. I'm going to do an in-depth video about the 3D Touch. Just exploring it a little more, because this isn't something we see a lot. This isn't something we see a lot in Android devices. or any devices at all other than the iPhone. So we're gonna definitely take a look at this. It also unlocks the screen. I'll test that out once again in that video, so be sure to subscribe and watch that. And we have Edge Bar. Force touch position, left edge of the phone. The following applications can be used to press the edge of the screen when you appear. So settings, search. Okay, so I'm not really sure what this is. Be sure to come back. I will do, once again, I'm going to release that video probably tomorrow after I play around with the phone a little bit to see what the 3D touch stuff is. But as you can see, the memory, the settings is pretty clean. I'm actually a big fan of how they did the main setting so compact and easy to navigate. And you have to get used to where all the other things are because they moved some of the stuff from the main settings to maybe an additional menu. So you definitely got to get reacquainted with this, but actually a few hours with it and you'll get a hang of it. Let's also go to About Device really quick and take a look at the Android version. We are running Android 6.0, so they haven't really, don't quote me on this, but I do not think they have released any information about whether this is going to get Nougat anytime soon or if it's going to get Nougat at all. I assume it will since it's their new flagship phone. But Blue has a tendency to have really slow updates or not update their phone at all. So definitely leave a comment if you've heard anything or if I just skipped out and missed out on it. But yeah, this is basically a pretty interesting phone. I mean, it's on paper, it seems like a decent phone. The P10 will definitely check out if the 4 gigabytes of RAM helps the P10. Because I did use the P10 with the Sony XA, which I am reviewing. My review's almost done on that. But there definitely is slowdowns, but it only had 2 gigabytes of RAM. This has 4. For size comparison, this is the 5X next to the XR, the Pure XR. So it is a little longer, a little taller. It's thinner though. And the quality, the build quality, is significantly better than the 5X, of course, because this is plastic. And no camera bulge. The camera bulge isn't as bad as the 5X. So yeah, definitely, I am very excited to test this out, and we're going to definitely see if this is something that people should even consider buying. But once again, my name is Alex from Sitting There Tech. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Once again, be sure to subscribe, comment, like the video. I will make that 3D touch video right now and post that really soon as I get a good feel for 3D touch. And be sure to subscribe for the full review, and I'll see you guys next time.